This summer, Hollywood lost something that can't be replaced. In just 2 months, the world said goodbye to character actors who spent decades making every scene better, TV legends who became part of millions of families, a young deaf actress who was just starting out, and voices that shaped whole generations of actors and actresses. Each and every name on this list should be remembered. This is their honor. These 20 American stars died in June and July 2026. Number 1. Ronnie Schell, age 94, died June 12, 2026. There was no doubt that Ronnie Schell was one of the nicest and funniest supporting actors on American TV. He is best known for his role as Private Duke Slater in the wildly famous CBS sitcom Gomer Pyle, U.S.M.C., which ran for 5 seasons from 1964 to 1969 and was one of the most watched shows in the United States. He also did voice work for Jetsons, the movie, and was a regular on That Girl with Marlo Thomas. His death in Los Angeles was natural. He was 94 years old. Number 2. Louise Lasser, age 87, died July 6, 2026. Louise Lasser was a natural entertainer who was also very smart and sensitive. She was in early Woody Allen movies like Take the Money and Run and Bananas, where she had great comedic timing. Her most famous role was as the lead in Norman Lear's brilliantly absurdist TV satire Mary Hartman. She played a confused Ohio housewife navigating an increasingly surreal world with a dedication and brilliance that earned her a lot of praise from critics. She died in her New York City home. She was 87 years old. Number 3. Scott Bryce, age 68, died July 12, 2026. Scott Bryce spent a lot of his career in daytime TV's hardest job, and he brought rare skill and real emotional understanding to the field. He created Craig Montgomery on the CBS soap show and gave him his own style. As the World Turns, a character with a lot of moral gray areas who can be both really bad and surprisingly nice, and was nominated for 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for his work. He was in Murphy Brown and Popular too. He died at Yale New Haven Hospital after a long battle with stomach and esophageal cancer. He was 68 years old. Number 4. Josh Grisetti, age 44, died July 10, 2026. Josh Grisetti was an actor, director, teacher, and author who gave everything to his work and his students. He was one of the most adored people in American theater. In It Should Have Been You and Something Rotten, he created new Broadway roles. He also starred in Season 5 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He was a professor at California State University Fullerton and was a very kind role model for the next generation. The people on Broadway were shocked when he killed himself. He was only 44 years old. Please call or text 988 if you are having a hard time. Number 5. John F. Donahue, age 79, died January 6, 2026. John F. Donahue was real. He lived the parts he played. He served in the U.S. Navy and as an NYPD officer for 20 years. When he retired, he went straight into acting, bringing a level of realism that no drama school could match. People remember him most for his role as Sergeant Eddie Gibson in NYPD Blue, which was one of the best police shows on TV. He was in The Family Man and As Good as It Gets as well. 99. Number 6. Peter Lassally, age 93, died July 20, 2026. Peter Lassally was one of the most trusted and quietly influential people in the history of American late-night TV for more than 6 decades. He was known as the host whisperer by people in the business for his amazing ability to figure out what each personality needed to do their best. He was Johnny Carson's producer and close friend during Carson's famous run on The Tonight Show. He then played the same trusted role for David Letterman and Craig Ferguson, shaping 3 full eras of the format. He was 93 years old. Number 7. Margaret Kerry, age 97, died June 11, 2026. Margaret Kerry is an important part of movie history that can't be replaced. Walt Disney Studios hired her in 1952 and 1953 to be the live-action model for Tinker Bell in the animated classic Peter Pan. She filmed her movements frame by frame so that animators could bring the beloved fairy to life. People would not know Tinker Bell as she is today without her body, energy, and talent. She kept acting for decades and was a well-liked figure at Disney fan conventions. She was 97 years old. Number 8. James Handy, age 81, died June 3, 2026. James Handy was the perfect working character actor. He was in a lot of big movies and TV shows over the course of 40 years, such as Top Gun, Maverick, The Rocketeer, Arachnophobia, Jumanji, and the TV show Alias. He improved every scene he was in with focused, believable acting. He was brutally cut to death at his home in Tarzana, California. His girlfriend's son was later arrested for murder. He deserved a much nicer goodbye. He was 81 years old. Number 9. Kaylee Hoddle, age 18, died July 21, 2026. Kaylee Hoddle made history before she even started. As Jia in Godzilla vs. Kong in 2021, a young deaf girl whose bond with Kong through sign language became the emotional heart of the movie, she was cast even though she was born deaf. When she was cast, it was seen right away as a turning point for deaf people in mainstream blockbuster movies. In the year 2024, she played the part again in Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire. On July 21, 2026, she died from injuries she got in a car crash. She was only 18 years old. Number 10. David Schwimmer, age 98, died June 5, 2026. David Schwimmer worked steadily for 7 decades, getting credits in almost every major section of American movies and TV shows. Among other things, he was in The Odd Couple, the famous anthology show The Twilight Zone, and a lot of episodes of Murder, She Wrote, which was one of the most popular programs on CBS in the 1980s. He died at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles from kidney failure, with his family by his side. He was 98 years old. Number 11. Sam Neill, age 78, died July 13, 2026. Sam Neill was one of the most admired and loved actors of his time. He had an amazing range as an actor, able to easily switch between warmly heroic and quietly sinister roles with the same level of conviction. He became famous all over the world playing Dr. Alan Grant in Steven Spielberg's 1993 movie Jurassic Park. He played the part twice, to huge crowds of fans' excitement. He also did powerful work in The Piano by Jane Campion and the BBC drama Peaky Blinders. He passed away quickly in Sydney from pneumonia. He was 78 years old. Number 12. Joanna Pettit, age 83, died July 7, 2026. Joanna Pettit was an actress who was born in Britain and raised in Canada. She was beautiful and smart on screen, which made every role she played interesting. She became famous all over the world with the satirical ensemble comedy James Bond movie Casino Royale, which came out in 1967 and was one of the most daringly different movies in the series. She was also in the long-running primetime drama Knots Landing, and over the course of her work, she was in many movies and TV shows. She passed away in Temecula, California. She was 83 years old. Number 13. Ralph Hemmecker, age 65, died July 10, 2026. As a director for 30 years, Ralph Hemmecker was a master artist who changed the way American TV dramas looked. Between 2010 and 2024, he directed 31 episodes of the long-running CBS police drama Blue Bloods. This made a huge difference in the show's tone and quality. He was in charge of 28 episodes of Once Upon a Time and worked on The Flash, among other shows. He was very useful because he could handle complicated groups and tight schedules. He passed away in Glendale, California. He was 65 years old. Number 14. Ann Russell, age 103, died July 21, 2026. Ann Russell had one of the longest careers in American theater history. She performed for almost 100 years, bridging the gap between Broadway's golden age and the present day in a way that no other living performer can match. She was in well-known versions of Mame and Hello, Dolly, two of the most famous and beloved musicals in American theater history. At 103 years old, she was one of the last living links to a time in American theater that will never be replaced. Number 15. Brenda Fricker, age 81, died July 16, 2026. Brenda Fricker was an Irish actress with devastating quiet power. She was one of the best actresses of her time because she could show deep emotion with little physical movement. In 1990, for the movie My Left Foot, she got the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. This made her the first Irish actress to ever win an Oscar. As the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, she reached even more people around the world, and she brought a surprising tenderness to the role. She died in Dublin without any trouble. She was 81 years old. Number 16, Zale Perry, age 93, died July 20, 2026. In real life, Zale Perry broke records as a true pioneer. On screen, he brought that bold spirit of being a pioneer to life. She set the women's world record for deepest scuba dive in open water in 1954, when she was only 21 years old. She did it 209 feet off the coast of California. She brought her skill to TV through her famous roles in the hit adventure show Sea Hunt. She was known as the First Lady of Scuba Diving in the diving community. She passed away at her home in Tillamook, Oregon. She was 93 years old. Number 17, Anthony Guidera, age 65, died June 2026. Anthony Guidera had a steady and varied career that included some of Hollywood's biggest movies in the 1990s. He showed a real range in directing styles and sizes. He was in The Godfather Part 3 by Francis Ford Coppola, the science fiction thriller Species, Armageddon by Michael Bay, and The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. His heart stopped beating in May 2026, and he never got better. He died in June 2026. He was only 65 years old. Number 18, Randolph Mantooth, age 80, died July 9, 2026. A very rare thing that Randolph Mantooth did was play firefighter-paramedic Johnny Gage on the NBC program Emergency, which ran from 1972 to 1977. This role changed the real world. Studies showed that the show directly encouraged thousands of young Americans to become paramedics and made a lot more people aware of emergency medical services. His kind, brave performance was what made that impact last so long in popular culture. After being sick for a long time, he died in Ventura, California, from effects from pneumonia. He was 80 years old. Number 19, Hal Williams, age 91, died July 15, 2026. People in America will always remember Hal Williams as an actor because of how naturally warm and funny he was. His roles will always be remembered. He first became famous across the country as Officer Smitty on the groundbreaking NBC comedy Sanford and Son. Later, he became a regular on the show 227 as Lester Jenkins, which had a famous cast that included a young Regina King. He was also in Private Benjamin, The Waltons, and most recently Matlock. He passed away at his home in Rancho Mirage. 91. Number 20, Michael Caine, still alive, age 100. As of August 2026, Michael Caine is alive. He retired from acting but has remained active with books and selected voice projects. Sir Michael Caine was born on March 14, 1933, in Rotherhithe, London, England. One of his greatest movies is The Dark Knight, where he played Alfred Pennyworth, though classics like The Italian Job and Alfie are also iconic. Health-wise, Caine has slowed down due to age and mobility issues, which contributed to his retirement, but there is no credible report that he has died. One of the most heartbreaking moments in his life was growing up in poverty during World War II and later facing the death of his father while struggling to find acting work, leaving him unemployed and financially desperate before his breakthrough.